can I borrow a little bit of money?
Why do you need to borrow money?
Because each month my wife gives me some allowance money, so just some money to spend on like food and just things that I need in my everyday life. But I already spent it all.
You spent it all already?
Yeah.
Okay, well...
So can I just borrow like a little bit of money?
Well, how much do you need? 100, okay?
I need it for the rest of the month, so I need like, so that's like 2 more weeks.
200? 200?
How about 1,000?
$1,000?
Because
Why do you need $1,000?
Because I need it for the rest of the month. I need to eat. It's like 2 weeks.
Shane, why don't you just tell your wife and ask your wife to get more allowance?
No, she will kill me. She will kill me.
Why?
Because I already spent all the money. And then she'll want to know, what did you spend your money on?
What did you spend your money on?
I got some new shoes.
Is that why you don't have your money anymore? Because you bought new shoes?
Because there was a sale on these shoes, and I feel if I don't buy them right away, they will go back to the normal price. So I feel like I have to buy them now.
Spend your money wisely, Shane.
I will. So from now on, I'll be very wise about spending my money. So can I please borrow 1,000?
You have to promise to give it back.
Thank you. I can get more shoes. Yeah!
Shane!
Robert Jillian was a carefree young man. He always had enough money to spend thanks to his rich uncle's allowance. That changed when his uncle died. At his uncle's lawyer's office, Jillian learned about his uncle's will.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I am Shane.
And I'm Karen.
What are we going to talk about today, Karen?
Today we're looking at part 1 of our story called $1,000. Speaking of $1,000, where is my $1,000? You still owe me $1,000. You borrowed it from me.
I know, but I need to pay you back after I get my allowance for next month from my wife, okay?
Shane, do not forget, if you borrow money from someone, you have to pay them back.
I promise. Calm down.
Okay.
Calm down.
Okay, anyway, so today's story is called $1,000, which is a good reminder for you.
So I think this $1,000 is like 1,000 US dollars, I'm guessing.
Ooh, that's true.
That's
even more.
That's a lot more money than 1,000 NT dollars, right?
That's right.
So you didn't give me that much money. 1,000 US dollars is a lot. All right, let's look at the story.
Okay.
Robert Gillian was a carefree young man. He was carefree.
Carefree is our first vocabulary word, and that's an adjective. When you describe someone as carefree, you're saying that
means you don't care about anybody?
No.
You're free from caring about anybody?
No, it just means that you're free of worries. You don't really worry about anything. And usually people who are like that are quite happy, right? They don't have a lot of stress. They don't have a lot of worries in life. So I think I am a carefree person.
I do think you're a carefree person. And I wanted to talk more about this care and care. So sometimes care, when it's used like a verb, means like to show somebody and like that you care about them, which means you're nice to them and you want to do good things for them. But if you say, I don't have any cares, that means the same as worry. So care can mean like worry too. So you seem like the kind of person who doesn't have a lot of worries. You don't worry about a lot of stuff.
Well, I try to change my mind or change my thoughts so I don't have to worry about too much, because sometimes worrying too much doesn't really help the situation.
Yeah, and actually when we're around you, you make us feel like we have less worries. We feel more carefree when we're around you, who's a carefree person. So not only is it good for you, but it's good for the people around you. So
it's contagious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Okay, so he always had enough money to spend. That's so nice.
Not like me.
Thanks to his rich uncle's allowance. Well, I guess you don't have a rich uncle,
Yeah,
right?
I need a rich uncle or a rich wife. I need somebody rich in my life who's going to give me lots of money.
But he has his rich uncle's allowance. So you mentioned the word allowance.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Allowance is money that you get for things like, so you get it usually like
once a month
or
once
once a week. Yeah, it just means it's like kind of like the time is set when you will get it. So like I get a monthly allowance, and that means just money that I'm going to get so that I can spend it on things that I need, like food and maybe for transportation.
That's right.
Just things that I need to spend money on.
Exactly.
Not usually stuff like shoes. That's not what you should spend your allowance on.
That's right. You have to spend your allowance wisely. But that changed when his uncle died. So this robber guy used to have a really carefree lifestyle. He didn't have to worry about a thing because his rich uncle always gave him a lot of money. So he always had enough. But
his uncle died.
Oh no. So does that mean he doesn't get his allowance anymore?
So he must feel really sad, not because his uncle is dead, but because he's not going to get his uncle's money anymore.
Or maybe he also loves his uncle.
Oh, ow.
Okay, let's continue. At his uncle's lawyer's office, Gillian learned about his uncle's will. So let's talk about the first word that we're looking at, is lawyer.
Yeah.
Lawyer is a noun. So lawyer is a kind of job.
Right.
And what kind of job do they do?
Well, what they usually do is they study the law. And this is usually to try to help people who have problems with the law.
That's right.
If you get in trouble, you're going to need to get a lawyer to help you get out of this trouble. Or if somebody does something to you that they shouldn't do, they break the law, maybe you need to hire a lawyer to help you. Right?
So an example sentence would be, the lawyer is very good at speaking. Right? Because they're usually very good at, talking about or expressing themselves so they can help their clients.
Or my mother wished I would be a lawyer when I grew up, but instead I became an English teacher.
Which is still good.
And that's great. I don't know anything about the law.
Okay, and will is our next vocabulary word. Will is a noun. So what is a will?
So a will is something usually that you're going to write or put down, maybe type. You're going to say what things that you have, what's going to happen to those things.
So for example, your house
Right.
you own, or maybe some money that you have, and then all your savings.
Right. Where's it going to go to? Who's going to get it?
That's right.
Or maybe you're going to donate your money or donate your home to some charity or somebody who needs it. But a lot of the times you will give it to a family member, right?
Yeah, that's
or
right.
people who are really close to you.
Okay, well, let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Almost all of his uncle's money went to a scientist and setting up a hospital. His uncle's house servants each received a ring and $10. Miss Hayden, a young woman under Jillian's uncle's care, got that too. However, Jillian got $1,000. He also had to report his spending to the lawyer.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome.
So we're still talking about the story called $1,000, and it's about this guy, Robert Gillian, right?
Right. And he has an uncle who would give him an allowance, but this uncle died.
That's right.
So now he's very sad because he has no more money. And his uncle died.
So he's also very sad because his uncle died. But from before the break, we talked about he learned about his uncle's will. Right. So he learned about how, the uncle who he wanted to give his money to.
Right. So maybe he's going to get some money from his uncle. Maybe in the will.
Maybe they were very close, right?
So let's find out what happened, what was written in this will.
Okay, so almost all of his uncle's money went to a scientist and setting up a hospital.
Okay.
So I guess the uncle was really kind person, right?
Yeah, so maybe he's give some money to help people. Okay.
And setting up a hospital, right? So the hospital, of course, is a place where you can help people, help sick people.
Right, that's where you go if you're feeling unwell or if you're injured, you will go to a hospital.
That's
So they're
right.
going to set up a hospital, probably means to like build a hospital, I guess. Right?
That's right. Okay, so his uncle's house servants each received a ring and $10.
Also, his uncle is pretty rich. He even has servants.
And that's our next vocabulary word. A servant is a noun, and servant basically just means helpers in the house, right? Someone who helps you with things.
Right, so to serve somebody, so that as a verb, if you go to a restaurant and there's a servant there, they're going to serve you food, which means to give you food or to help you with your hunger.
Exactly.
Right?
So a servant in the house, they might help you do the laundry, they might help you clean the house.
They might help you cook.
Exactly. So that's what a servant means, right?
Exactly.
So all of them got a ring and $10. And then what happened?
Okay. Miss Hayden, a young woman under Gillian's uncle's care, got that too.
Wait a minute. So under Gillian's uncle's care, so this girl was under Gillian's uncle's care. What does that mean?
That means he was taking care of her.
Oh, so was she maybe like a girlfriend, kind of?
I'm not sure exactly what their relationship was.
Okay.
But a lot of times if you're under someone's care too, it could mean that somebody is an employee. So it might be somebody who worked for him too.
Okay.
Yeah, or
so right now it's too early to tell.
Yeah, we're not really sure.
Okay.
Okay. However, Gillian got $1,000.
Wow.
Okay, so he is going to get money from his uncle. Well, that's good news for him.
So I guess he was very, very close to his uncle, right?
Guessing so. Well, we don't know how much money his uncle had. Maybe $1,000
more.
isn't a lot. But I think this story is a little bit old. So $1,000 a long time ago was a lot of money.
That's true.
If my father were to pass away and he only left me $1,000, I would be pretty disappointed. I'm just saying, it's not a lot of money right now.
Okay, so it was from a long time ago. So $1,000 was worth a lot.
Okay. So Robert Gillian also had to report his spending to the lawyer.
Ah, so that was according to his uncle's will, right?
So he has to report the spending. What does that mean?
That means to tell someone, to report, that is a verb, to tell someone about something.
Yeah, like something that you did. So in this situation, we're talking about his spending.
Yes, like how he spent his money.
Okay. So like what kind of things he buys, where and when he buys it, right? So he's going to report this thing, his spending, to the lawyer.
That's right. Okay, well, these are some interesting things that we learned about the story, right? So he has to report the spending to the lawyer, but we don't know why yet. Maybe there's more to the will than just this $1,000, right?
Okay, well, I think we're going to have to find out next time.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you guys later.
See you guys later.
Robert Gillian was a carefree young man. He always had enough money to spend thanks to his rich uncle's allowance. That changed when his uncle died. At his uncle's lawyer's office, Gillian learned about his uncle's will. Almost all of his uncle's money went to a scientist and setting up a hospital. His uncle's house servants each received a ring and $10. Miss Hayden, a young woman under Gillian's uncle's care, got that too. However, Gillian got $1,000. He also had to report his spending to the lawyer.
Hi， 大家好，我是 Stephanie。那我们今天一起来看单字。第一个呢是 lawyer， 律师，名词。Jesse asked for his lawyer when he was at the police station. 当 Jesse 被关押在警察局时，他要求他的律师出面。第二个单字呢是 hospital， 名词，医院。 Denise took her puppy to an animal hospital. Denise 把她的小狗送到一家动物医院。第三个单字呢是名词 servant， 仆人、佣人。In ancient times, kings have many servants taking care of them. 在古代，国王有许多仆人照顾他们。那最后一个单字呢就是 report， 动词，回报、报告。Iris reports to her boss daily. Iris 每天向她的老板报告。除了报告这个意思之外呢 report 也可以是向警方报案举发的意思。例如 Anya reported the robbery to the police. Anya 向警方报案抢劫。那接下来我们来看今天的文法。第一个文法呢是 something goes to somebody， 某物由某人获得。Go to 在这里呢表示财产、奖项等等由某人得到。比如说All of the money will go to the children living in rural places. 所有的捐款都会由生活在农村的孩子们得到。句子里的 rural 就是形容词乡村的。第二个重点呢是 under one's care， 由某个人照顾，在某个人的照顾之下。care 的词性是名词照顾、照料的意思。The little girl was under her nanny's care. 小女孩由她的保姆照顾。那照料的对象不一定是人物，也可以是植物啊，或者是房子等等的物品。比如说 The plants in our backyard are under my father's care. 后院的植物由我父亲照顾。那这部分的结尾呢，我们要一起来认识同位语的用法。我们先看一个例句 Kenda, my cousin's husband is Japanese. Kenda, 我表姐的丈夫是日本人。简单来说，从这个例句我们就知道同位语的功能就是补充说明。当两个名词或者是两个名词片语并列的时候，后面的名词或名词片语就是用来加注前者的，称为同位语。所以句子里面 my cousin's husband 是名词片语，它是 Kenda 的同位语，也就是用来更加具体的补充说明 Kenda 的身份。那在使用同位语的时候，我们一定要记得用逗号隔开哦。那今天的讲解就到这里 ，See you。
Hey everyone, I'm Jamie.
I'm Ian.
And today we're playing Word Drop, where we have 3 cards and we have not looked at them and we're going to work them into a casual conversation. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'll start. Okay,
All right.
ready?
Yep.
I remember when I was young and, you need money each week to kind of like buy candy at the store or like you want an extra sticker or something like that. And I would like beg my mom to give me a bigger allowance. And sometimes she would, but usually she would not give me very much money.
Oh, that's always disappointing. It's like you want more, not because you're like trying to be greedy, but it's just that you can do so much more with more money. You can buy the things you like or even just go to places that you want to go, like the movie theater or amusement park. I think you can just live a much more carefree life with money.
Ugh, ain't that the truth? Yeah. And money is just the thing that kind of makes the world go round, isn't it? Like money and love, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if you think about it, like if you get into a situation like, an unpleasant situation, be it a car accident or some sort of injury or something, or with a business or whatever, dividing up inheritance, like a lot of times, like money, really a lot more money can get you a better lawyer in those situations, which can kind of help you come out the other side just a happier person.
Yeah, I think that's why money is so useful, right? You can hire people to help you in sticky situations or even in general, right? You could hire a tutor to help you get better at math or whatever subject you're studying. You could hire a maid to help you clean, right? You could hire a chef to help you cook. Or maybe if you just want help around the house in general, you could hire a servant if you're really rich.
Oh, those servant days. How lovely it was to have a servant, those dynasty days. Yeah, and just speaking of, lawyers and stuff like that, like there are I imagine some instances where the lawyers might go to, each situation or wherever the thing is happening or, the injury or something like that. And they might have to visit their client, And I would think one of the worst places to have to go would be like the hospital.
Oh, yeah. I think the hospital, you usually only go there if you're really injured, right? I think that's a good point also about lawyers, too, is that lawyers have to check up on you, and also like if there's an accident, they check up on the other person, and then they have to report to their boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you next time!